lovely. Oh my God, I'm on fire today. This is my third video session for today. And the reason why I share that with you is my number one reason why I love YouTube, why I think if you are thinking about launching your own business, your own digital product business, even if you don't want to be on camera, because hey, you can do faceless. But if you're doing faceless content, you need actually to build your brand more clearly. Because if somebody watches your videos, your incredible content, but they don't see your face or you don't share your story, it's harder for them to trust you. It's harder for you to build up trust and authenticity with your audience. But that's a video for another time. So the number one thing that I love with YouTube right now is that it's a platform. It's my own little corner in this universe, this digital universe that I start from scratch. I'm building from a little dot, from my laser focus, with the intention to let my inspired creations come to fruition. You might think that, okay, but why start a YouTube channel? But for me, it gives me momentum. It's like accountability, but also I like the idea, and I do believe in that when we express and share from a place of passion and excitement and love for what we do, flow state, I think that we are the most truly aligned with our inner true selves. And being aligned with our inner true selves is the most beautiful thing that we can express in this world. Why? Because I think whenever people do bad things, it's not because they were born bad. It's not because they have a dark spirit. I don't believe that. I believe that due to all of the conditioning, everything that we are exposed to, everything that we inherit, our belief systems, our experience, they shape our reality, or rather, they shape our experience of the reality. I often say to my kids when they come home from school and they're like, oh, my friend was so stupid. He was so mean to me. I always reply, but that was not okay, of course, and I understand that you are sorry, but I want to provide them a different perspective. So I go ahead and say, but don't you think that this person maybe was sad over something? That something is hurt within them? And I love my kids' replies, like, no, he was not sad. He laughed at me. So moving back to YouTube, when you start a business from a place of passion and wanting to share what you know, share your passion, share your unique gifts, YouTube is the place that, as I mentioned, for me it's accountability, but also I can share this as I go, as I grow. I think it's easy to, when we launch our first products, we want it to be perfect. Yeah, but perfect is the limitation of growth, because you can always get better. You can always expand and grow. And hey, I love that. But don't let that same truth hindering you from sharing what you know now, sharing the inspiration you feel now, the energetic vibe, this positive feeling, because you don't know who and when it will impact somebody else. Maybe you are just one person who gets a little bit motivated or inspired by this. Maybe you have experienced similar emotions, wanting to go out there, but thinking that before you launch your YouTube channel, you need to know how to speak in front of a camera, you need to know how to talk reading from a script or remember the script or reading from keynotes. And that's just something that I want to mention here. I don't like reading from a script, even if I write my scripts myself, because I lose the energy behind the words. Okay, the energy was there when I was writing the script, but at this moment where I'm currently at, learning, focusing, try to remember to look into the lens, to look into your eyes. And with the bad memory, okay, I don't like label. I never think that you should label yourself. Definitely not to something that feels negative or limits you. But for the sake of this example, right now, my ability to remember things is not that great as it can be. So therefore, I'm just recording this from my heart. And secondly, you see how I am moving all over the place, trying to get to the point, but I hope that me talking very wide about this topic that you will sense some signposts that ignite something within you, because there is no truth within words. Words can only point to a source from where they're coming from. And the second thing with YouTube, or third, or I don't know where I'm at this point, but you get to practice your skills while allowing your current knowledge, your current abilities, your current perspectives serve others. You allow that. But if you keep it to yourself because you think you're not good enough, you will never know which impact you could have made on another being. And you will also practice valuable components when it comes to your conditioned mind, because most of us have some or a lot programs of fear conditioned in our mind. Fear of putting ourselves out there. What would other people think? What if I fail? What if this used to be mine. What if I regret what I posted out there 1 year from now? But now I have shifted my perspective. And even if I'm looking back on things I've done in my past, I always direct my perspective on gratefulness. I'm grateful for her. It's so easy for me to look at myself and say, my God, that was so bad. The thing with doing it like that is that you nourish that program, so that looking back at your previous self, what you did 10 years ago, and feeling embarrassed, maybe it gives you some sense at the moment, yeah, but I know better now. But what it actually does is that you fuel that program of thinking less of yourself, and you want to shift that. You want to fuel the program of always be grateful for yourself, even for the shit you have done, even for the mess and the mistakes. Be grateful. Look for the blessing. Okay, she was so brave, this version of me 4 years ago. She was so brave. She was so afraid to post on Instagram, but she did it anyway. That's what courage is. So I think that YouTube is a place where you can actually practice mindset mastery. You can feel the fear, but not letting it dictate your actions and your choices. And of course, while commit to consistency, because that is a key always when it comes to creating success in your life, to stay consistent. And it's so much easier staying consistent if your vision, your desire emphasizes most of your emotion. What I mentioned earlier, when you share that in the moment, it will shine through and it will attract the right audience. And also, I think that YouTube is a great platform because the algorithm wants you to succeed. It wants to push your videos. So even if you post videos for 1 year or 2 years or even 4 years, and the only way to be able to do that, I think, is to enjoy it, which I do. One of those videos starts to get traction, YouTube will start to push your other videos. And I also want to mention this. I mentioned this in my other video. Sometimes we all get caught in the limiting belief that we are not good enough. What you know on your subject that you have chosen. You watch other creators, you watch other YouTubers on that specific topic, and you're like, oh my God, they're so great and they are successful. That can be very inspirational. But for us to turn that inspiration, our huge vision, and start to take that fuel in the actions that we take, sometimes we need to lower the threshold and see other people just a couple of steps ahead of you. They might be the inspiration you need to actually believe that it is possible for you. So don't forget about that. And disclaimer, I don't like disclaimer. I don't know why I always feel this sense of, but maybe this is just what I believe. We excuse ourselves. But anyway, I will put in a disclaimer here because I'm a newbie, so I will not do that when I'm successful. I'm just kidding. The worst thing that could happen is that you are creating videos for yourself. You're the only viewer, and your mom, maybe, if you dare to share that with your friends and family. And the worst thing with that is that you have engaged, you have used your time wisely. Think of all the days, all the minutes that you have enjoyed. Look back 1 year from now, and this is so much more than focusing just on the results. Results are the bonus effect of having fun on your journey. When you understand that your goal itself is not the thing that actually will make you happy. What will make you happy is engaging more and more in what you love to do, being more and more in flow state, feel passion, feel all the things that lights you up. That is where happiness lies, and it's already within you. But in this modern world, we are not that frequently used to tap into that because there's so much blockages. There's time, there's school, there's your 9-to-5 job, all those musts. But it's within you. And one way to reach that is through your passion. And maybe you object to this and say, but that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is if other people don't like me. And the truth is, everybody will never not like you. Let me repeat that. Everybody cannot like you. And once you understand that, it's a relief, because trying to get people to like you for something you don't feel that you are or like doing, who are you living for? You are letting other people set the terms for how you want to live. And I love this saying, so just let me close with that, because this is 17 minutes long, I've seen. Maybe I will cut that out because I will probably use Riverside AI to clean this video up. But let me just end with this. What other people think of you is none of your business. But when people get attracted to you, when other people get attracted to you, your energy, that is something worth investing in.